Back everybody, Rudy with Alpha Effin Investments, and today we got a nice note here, and they wanted us to check out more cards that are not real, and especially the Giz Cradle. I mean, really cool. So more cards from patrons from Mr. Ryan. Ryan, on your next order, of course, we will send your cards back. The first thing we want to start off with is something very, very fun. Today we're going to start off with what I like to call more of a simple one. Okay. Now, we're going to try different lighting on this and everything to kind of let you guys try to get a feel for it a little bit differently. We got a really good lighting to try to get the up close on this stuff. So, the thing... Boy, my hands are dry. God, this hot, cold swings in Florida. Alright, so the first thing I want to point out, this is a fake Ancestral Recall. Honestly, come on guys. It's a shitty fake. You guys can tell. Let's get this real close, shall we? Alright, it's way too light. The gloss is terrible. The thickness is probably the only thing they got right, is the actual thickness and feel of the card. Besides that, oh, dude, you guys did a shit job. I think you have in between alpha and beta curved corners. Not quite alpha, not quite beta. The gloss is just awful. The pixelation is awful. The coloring is way too light. Now, I want to point out something about real Ancestral Recalls. First, let's lay them down so you guys can actually just look at them. So first thing, ooh, a little shaky camera there. First thing you know about, there's kind of two versions of the Unlimited Ancestral Recall. They are slightly different. One is a little bit of a, what I like to call, I don't know, a thicker pixelation or a thicker font. And the other one's more of a lighter, thinner font. Both are real cards. These are just print variations. But when you compare it next to this fake, I mean, yikes. It looks like somebody put it through the washer, right? It's completely, what, bleached out looking. It has that kind of funny look. So, but the thing is, when you're looking at these, I want to point out the real part, okay? So we want to look at the real. So the first thing I'll note, I want to show you guys the difference. Let's get a good angle here. Let you guys really look at them. So you're going to notice that Ancestral Recall on the left, the word looks clearer than that Ancestral Recall on the right. Do you notice that? There's nothing wrong with that. It was just the type of printing and stamping on there. They're both very real and they're both very beautiful cards. But they're very, the colors are very bold and very vibrant. When you look at a fake like this, I mean, side by side, oh my god, the fake looks terrible compared to the real. But, you know, I do want to point out, because a lot of people still think sometimes, Rudy, I've seen Ancestral Recall, and look at that. The writing, the font just looks a little, look at the word instant. Let's get closer. Can we get closer? It looks a little light. There we go. You know, is this a fake card? Compared to that is clearly... Well, technically they're both real cards. They are just different variations, okay? So again, the colors are both rich on both. The pixelation is correct. But just because that font is a little bit off, you can't really confuse that. I think you guys can actually see the pixelation on that tower. Look at that Mayan pyramid. Can you guys see that? I think you can. Look right there. Ooh, look at that big finger. That's what she said. Look at that. All right, cool. So I wanted to point that out because you guys see that rosette pattern. Can you guys see that? There it is. Look at that rosette pattern on camera. That's sweet. So that is, wow, that's really cool looking. I didn't think I'd be able to get that real nice. So again, those are really, really nice, really, really authentic cards. So when we put that up close with a fake one, oh god, you can't even see the rosette pattern, can you? It's not even there. Alright, cool. Well, you guys get the idea. So I wanted to point that out. That's the first thing I wanted to point out. Be on the lookout for things like that. And again, everybody watching this, if you guys have more fakes and counterfeits, you want to send them to me, I'll send them back for free, and you want a letter and everything, we'll put you on camera, and we save the letters for the new card store for all the fan mail. Next thing we want to go over is something a little bit different. I don't have the exact cards, so I want to bring some. This is a counterfeit Gauntlet of Might. Now, again, when you look at these type of cards in a sleeve, look at that. To an average person, oh, it's clear, it's back. I don't think most people can really tell. Like, most people just aren't, they haven't been around enough cards, especially the old stuff, to know the difference between real and fake. And this one just is, I mean, the nicest thing I can say about this card is, boy, is it nice, smooth. It almost feels like velvet, or like, I don't know. I feel like I need to like make a silk necklace out of it or something. It feels so good. I just want to like keep doing that. So that's the first thing. Thickness, a little too thick. I don't know if you can see it, a little too thick. Number two, the corners and that black border going around, let's get it real clear. Let me get it real close for you guys. Is just no good. This is clearly a fake card. Pixelation, Look at that terrible fake outline thing. It's just terrible. It doesn't work. It's not real at all. So you have to notice that. What about the back? You guys see a lot of that, the pixelation. All right, now let's compare it. Because I want to show you, for example, on another black bordered type of card. I'm going to put them real close. So obviously we got a copper tablet. Sorry, I don't have a Alpha Gauntlet of Might. Anybody wants to sell one, PSA 10, give me a call. If you'll notice the difference, the copper tablet almost has a little bit of more of a yellowing versus a bleached out white color. You'll also notice the pixelation. Let's get that real nice. Actually, yeah, I mean, hold on, let me get the light. You guys notice that? Like the text box as a whole doesn't even have the color showing. You guys see that? It looks more bleached out. Anyways, let's try and get a better angle for you guys. So, anyways, you can see the Alpha card on the left. You can see the black border and the little thin white tip. Look at this. Look at the border. Look how far out that is. Completely. It's the borders are not the appropriate variance. Even at the bottom, if you look at this stuff, it doesn't look right. Everything about it's off. It's just terrible. And then again, when you see it in person, it just feels. It just whoa, dude! It stands out like a sore thumb. So I wanted to bring that out. And again, even next to raw cards. If you look next to raw ones, the difference on the color and the pixelation, let's get real close for you guys. Let's make it real bright. See how good we can get. I'll see if we can make it really good. How's that look? Holy crap, that looks pretty good. Okay, so you can see the right to the Cyclopean Tomb and the Soul Ring are real, and the Gauntlet of Might is not. You can actually see on the Cyclopean Tomb, look at that, you can see the rosette, the little dot pattern, on the Soul Ring and the Cyclopean Tomb. You cannot see it on the Gauntlet of Might. It actually, the text at the top actually starts looking fuzzy. You guys see the difference? Look how clear these are. Look how rich the colors are. And look at the Gauntlet of Might. Look at the difference. I mean, you can look at that Cyclopean Tomb. You can see that dot pattern. You guys see that? All right, cool. So that's something I really wanted to point out. One last part on here I wanted to show you is for the... we'll do a black border comparison. A beta time volt at a 10. And this is actually in the PSA case. A little bit of dirt in the case, sorry. And when you put that, holy crap, they don't even look like the same company's cards. Look at the difference. Look how fuzzy everything. Look how fuzzy the Gauntlet of Might look. I should get like a pointer. I feel like my big old fat finger just looks like a huge schlong slipping in the... Alright, whatever. I feel like it's just... It's like, what's up, beautiful? Anyways, so I just, you guys can tell the difference. Look at that. Look at the difference. Look at that time volt. You can see the dot pattern. All you see is some fuzzy shit. Look at, you can't even barely, look how fuzzy that looks. All right, cool. Just want to show that. I thought that was a very important example. One last final example. Here we are. The world famous, infamously counterfeited Gaia's cradle. You guys can pick however you want to pronounce it and call it. So, man, that is one floppy cradle. Look at that. You guys hear that? That's how you know you got a floppy cradle. Nothing worse than your cradle being floppy. The best part I can tell you about this card is the first thing. When it's in a sleeve, holy crap, that can look like a real card. This looks 100% authentic to the average person in a sleeve. That is extremely good print quality. The resolution, all right, let's get real close. All right, let's take out the sleeve. Hold on. The resolution and the actual printing on this card is extremely high quality. Holy crap. Look at the quality of this printing. Very, very well done. Crisp text, the resolution on this and the dots per inch is one of the better counterfeits I've ever seen for actual print quality. You can actually see some actual rosette, or rosetta to some of you. You can see the actual dot pattern. Okay, it's still not the correct pattern. Okay, period. So what we're going to do is I want to show you guys. We're going to come over here. And we are going to take it. Oh, wait, hold on. We're going to go to this is a pack fresh Urza Saga set that I actually pulled years ago, but I made myself. So I know every card in that is mine and authentic. I actually made that set from opening boxes a long time ago in a land far, far away. So this is a guarantee you, without a doubt, a legitimate cradle. This sucker ain't floppy. Look at that. That is not a floppy cradle. This thing, that That is a floppy cradle. This is terrible. So the very first thing that stands out to me is, holy crap, the texture is like a shiny, look at that thing. Dude, that thing's got a clear coat that would make a new car in a showroom. Look how shiny that thing is. Look at that, dull. Look at the shine on that clear coat, boy. Man, I could lay these cradles out my driveway. I could slip and slide down these bad boys. You could use these things for, yeah, we're going to leave it at that. It's slippery. It's got some slickness, man. So that's the very first thing. Number two, the thickness of the card is way off. That thickness of cards is very difficult to really show on camera. I'm not going to show. This is way too thin. This floppy cradle, way too thin. So the thickness is wrong. The texture is way too polished. The card stock is wrong. It's just way too. Now again, Rudy, does it pass the bend test? Yes, it passes the bend test. You can't go by the bend test. It's 2017, people. The bend test is useless. Yes, the light test does have some validity here and there, but when it's not two cards overlaid, the light test is still not going to be your best friend. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So, real cradle on the right, floppy cradle on the... Real cradle on the left, floppy cradle on the right. Now, side by side, they really stand out. The problem is most people don't have a lot of cradles to really check the difference between a good one and a floppy one. So, real one, look at it's more richer colors, more yellows, very good. Fake one, again, it's up close under high resolution, starts looking a little pixelated, a little washed out. So, next thing, let's put them like this, shall we? All right, it's going in, people. Yeah, look at the difference here. All right. All right. Boy, look at that yellow line on the real one in the back. That yellow line is so much more bold than the fake one on the right. Oh my God, look at that difference. I mean, the card almost looks like goldish yellow compared to like a gray. Look at the difference. Again, if you look at the dot, look at the pattern of the actual printing dots. And again, this isn't under 20 times magnification, so you can't see the detail of the dots. But you can get an idea by looking. Let me see if I can get it better. You can see that the dot pattern on the gray one in the front is more fuzzy. The dot pattern on the one in the back is actually crisper, and I hope you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys, that's going to really come through in the camera on this. The point is, there is a huge difference. I mean, I give all the, and you can tell these are all different companies trying to counterfeit because they're different styles. They have whole different, polished, fuzzy velvet cards, correct thickness, too thin, too polished. You can see all these Chinese companies, and even Korea, some of these things are coming from everywhere. They are really, really trying to get these things to work. And boy, you can see the variances flowing through the system. So, again, buyer beware to a lot of you all out there, unless you have a lot of kind of core samples to compare to really see the differences. I think the average person is really going to have a hard time knowing if some of these are real or some of these are really fake, because especially, I mean, look at this. If you take these things and you put them in sleeves, man, if you sleeve these things up, always sleeve it up, everybody. You sleeve these things up. Look at that. That is a really tough thing to tell it's fake. I mean, can we get a good colored picture on that? I mean, that is a really, really... I don't think the average person's really in a sleeve. If you don't even take it out of a sleeve and you trade for that, I don't think the average person can tell that's fake. That's my opinion. So again, Rudy with Alpha Investments, I really love sharing some fakes. Again, we get some good ones here and there, and then we get some hilarious fake ones. Ryan, thanks for sending these fake cards in. If you guys out there all have fake cards, send them to me. Use that fan mail P.O. box below, and let's just keep showing the world, and let's show everybody the different versions out there. And then, of course, I'll mail them back to you, no problem at all, if you want them back. A lot of people don't care. If you don't want them back, I'm going to leave your notes and hang it on the card store wall with the fake cards with your little thank you note. So again, I like making these to let everybody know. Look how faded that one. Look at the polish. Look at the difference on these. So again, Rudy with Alpha Investments, really cool stuff, Ryan. Thanks for sending me the cards. Everybody else, if you got these fakes, send me different fakes. I love these videos showing the differences. I want to see who can have the best fake out there. I want to see how good they can get, because so far, dude, these fakes are still nowhere near. There's no way any of these can pass for real in my book. So, Rudy with Alpha Investments, you guys have a fantastic day.